E.N.D here. Guess what? We have another secret lair drop. Yes, another secret lair drop, which even though will be available for pre-orders from November 5th to November 9th, it's not part of the October Super Drop. Don't forget, they're still ongoing the pre-order sales of October Super Drop. This is a totally different drop. Extra Life 2021. The yearly secret lair drop, which this time 50% of the selling price will be going towards the Extra Life annual fundraising, more precisely in supporting the Autism Center at Seattle Children's Hospital. But first, what is Extra Life? Extra Life, formed in 2008, it's an annual fundraising event where people from all sorts of gaming spaces, including Magic the Gathering, come together to support Children's Miracle Network Hospital. From its inception, as said in 2008, Extra Life have raised over $87 million, or approximately 75 million euro, for the sick and injured children. Which is not bad, that's approximately little less than $7 million a year. This particular drop consists of 6 cards, 2 copies of Crater Hoof Behemoth, 2 copies of Metalware Colossus, and 2 copies of Maldrifter. One of each card is designed by a particular child, twins Kira and Alicia Cusqueta, aged 5.5, whom contributed to the artwork of Crater Hoof Behemoth and Maldrifter respectively, and Hyun Tran, aged 6, whom contributed to the artwork of the Metalworks Colossus. Then these masterworks were given to the big boys, the professional artists, Lars Grant West, Chris Run, and Magali Villeneuve, to bring those cute drawings further to life with their skills and interpretation. In addition, we also get some nice flavor text contributed by Kira, Alicia, and Hyun Tran, and honestly, I love them. Just take a look at Maldrifter. Be you, be free, live happily. Really loved her. Now, let's be serious for a second and let me give you a bit of background story regarding these 3 young artists and why they were chosen, especially the Cusqueta twins, Kira and Alicia. Kira and Alicia are autistics, which means that they have a complex development condition involving persistent challenges with social communication, restricted interest, and repetitive behavior. According to her mother, when Kira and Alicia turned 11 months old, it was like a switch have been flipped. Her once smiling and bubbling daughters turned quiet. In the months that followed, she worried about their behavior. They suddenly reverted to crawling, no longer babbled, and stopped making eye contact. More alarmingly, they began to have intensive tantrums and would physically harm themselves. Not knowing what was happening, she called the Seattle Children's Autism Center in search of answers. The girls were eventually enrolled in an intensive 12-week treatment called the Early Intervention Program. They also received treatment through the Autism Center Biobehavioral Program. And at 4 years old, finally Kira managed to say one word. Only one word. Up. Maybe it means nothing for us, but for a 4-year-old autistic girl and her parents means a lot. But is it worth it to buy Secret Lair Extra Life 2021? A small note here, if you're interested in the October Super Drops, check my Is It Worth It October Super Drop video. I will leave a link at the end of this video. Let's start with the price. 2 versions available. Non-foil $39.99, $44.99. Traditional foil $49.99, $54.99. As this is not your ordinary drop, it's a special charity drop, therefore a higher price tag. Content value approximately $100. The most and only available card in this drop is Avacyn Restored Crater Hoof Behemoth, which excluding this drop have already seen 2 reprints in Modern Masters 2017 and recently in Jumpstart. The cheapest version out there is, as said, the most recent one, Jumpstart, valued at around $49. And don't forget, you get 2 copies. Metalware Colossus and Maldrifter, even though they are quite good cards, their previous print run is considerably. Just take an example, Maldrifter was common card in Lorwyn, and let's explain the very low value on the secondary market, averaging $1 for a mint copy. Verdict: worth it 75%. As the content value of this drop is set at around $100 and you are paying just $40, it's worth it, no doubt about it, but not 100% worth it. Reason being, you are basically buying 2 copies of Crater Hoof Behemoth, as Metalworks Colossus and Maldrifter have very little value. Crater Hoof Behemoth is a strong card, played in Modern, Legacy and Commander, but if this card gets future reprints in future products like Double Masters 2, Jumpstars 2, Commander Legends 2, and so on, the value of the card can easily go down. Yes, you have some cushion because you get 2 copies, but I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket. My advice: it's for a good cause, so buy 2 drops. You have a playset of each card, especially Crater Hoof Behemoth. As a conclusion, I know the artworks of these cards, especially the youngsters version, are not your typical Magic the Gathering card. You know me, I'm more into old school Magic art, but you have to consider what is behind the concept of this art. Maybe this kit will not be a Picasso, a Van Gogh, or an E.N.D. but in their unique world, these are masterpieces. So let's appreciate them for what they mean to them instead of what they represent. Leave me a comment below what you think about this new Secret Lair Drop Extra Life 2021. Do you like the concept? Do you like the artwork? And here is the subscription button. Subscribe for my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.